It's a
Well,
non-starter.
right. And as I set up in the new parental resource, and why parents, even if they're not Christian, they should be embracing our Christian roots, because the Bible is very clear. It made the top 10
Yeah.
commandments to say, children, honor your father and your mother. And it's the only commandment with a promise that says, and it will go well with you.
Yeah.
So they're not only disrupting the relationship between parents and children, but they're robbing children of future blessings in honoring their parents. And it has been a very sinister agenda to break down the family unit and societal norms. And that's why it's a 911 to get as many Canadians across Canada to sign up with Action for Canada. You are modeling what is to be done at the local level, and how you can continue to press in and apply pressure to these school boards, because these are no longer, they're not traditional school boards. These people that have been elected, and I truly, other than activism and the activist side of it, making sure that they have their tribe showing up to elect these individuals and outnumbering us. And that's why I'm saying the churches need to get involved, and Canadians need to wake up. You need to take the responsibility to find out who these people are and elect them, because currently it's an epidemic across the country. We have activists currently sitting on the boards that are advancing a political, LGBTQ is political, make no mistake about it. And they're advancing this political agenda at the school board level and censoring
Hmm.
anybody that would oppose them. And so on that, Jay, do
Yeah.
you have something further to add, or do you want to go to that
Oh,
first
just something
clip?
real quick. I would
Yeah,
say
yeah,
you're
for
right. It
sure.
is. It is political. The Ron LeClaire ran as an NDP in a provincial election that I also ran in, and also Gail Hatfield, her husband Percy Hatfield, also NDP. And when the first article came out about what was happening, we were telling them, they called us book activists, but we're not book activists. We're good with books that are good. We just have a problem with books that are pornographic for kids, whether it's written or if it's visual. And so, yeah, they have definitely a political, we'll say, line on what they are actually trying to achieve. But I would actually say, and I wanted to say this when I was going to speak on faith in GCDSP before I was, when I was denied, was, one thing that we should say too and recognize is that their religion is humanism. They believe that they are
Hmm.
the ones who get to define morality. And they don't want to acknowledge that, but they do want, and they did prior to, there's a 1 million March for Kids that we did in 23. I know wasn't very supportive, but we'll just say that there was, I'll put it this way, there was a lot of support, we'll say, against what they were doing. I'll put it that way.
Hmm.
But they wanted kids prior to that show of support, 1,000, they wanted kids to basically bend the knee and bow the head to the pride flag. They told them that in the morning, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to do it. And you're going to respect what we say that you need to respect. But the kids are like, what are we doing? So after the board, I'm getting at is that the board responded to the opposition and they backed off in the following
Hmm.
year. So
Hmm.
you won't get the satisfaction of oh, we're so sorry, parents. We didn't realize that we were dishonoring you. They're not going to come out and do that, but they do respond to the pressure, and
Yeah.
that did happen in the next year. They backed off on some of the forced the training, the videos on the PD days, these type of things that I've heard from the teachers. So it does work. It is effective, and we just have to realize what success is. And
Hmm.
sometimes it's a turning. It takes time. We didn't get here overnight. It's been a decade.